Hey folks, I hope you're all doing well today. I wanted to put together a quick update for you to let you know how things are going in South Africa this month. But before we get started with the bad news, I just want to thank everyone so far who has signed up as a supporter of mine on Patreon. Your support really means the world to me, and it really keeps me going in these dark times. If you're one of the people that had planned to sign up but hadn't gotten around to it yet, consider this your reminder. You can sign up for as little as $5 per month, and it will really make a difference to my daily life. And now, on with the show. Things in this country definitely are not getting better. It was announced a few days ago that we are now officially in an economic recession, and the worst thing about that is that our leaders didn't even see it coming, and yet President Cyril Ramaphosa assures the public that we need not be concerned and that they will do everything in their power to make sure that it does not adversely affect the everyday South African. I always find it kind of darkly funny when our politicians talk about the everyday South African, because the truth is they have no idea what the average South African goes through on a daily basis. I live in a lower middle class suburb, but about 10 minutes drive away is a suburb called Kloof, and Kloof is one of the most wealthy areas in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, in which I live. And one of the most amazing things about the suburb of Kloof is that that's where a lot of wealthy and powerful local politicians live. If you drive down those streets, there are literal mansions guarded by patrols of armed security. Now, in South Africa, it's not uncommon for people to employ security companies to protect our homes because of the high crime rate. But the difference between an ordinary South African and a politician's home is that the politician's guards actively patrol the fence, carrying large weapons which they would not hesitate to use against anyone who got too close. The cynic in me is endlessly amused by the fact that our most powerful leaders spend their days decrying the evils of what they call white monopoly capital, and yet at the end of the day they'll drive home in their luxury BMWs and live in the most affluent and well-protected suburbs available. Like all past leaders who preached the coming of a communist utopia, it's become obvious that there is one rule for the party members and another rule entirely for the proletariat. Incidents of daily violence are on the rise, so much so that the riots that take place, in which people burn tires, block highways, and throw rocks at cars, barely even make the news anymore. That's just kind of how it is now. The days of problems being solved through calm and rational dialogue are long gone, if they ever truly existed in the first place. With all this going on, my trading buddies, white and non-white alike, have begun to joke about what we refer to as the zombie apocalypse. That's the term we've begun to apply to the possible eventuality of everything going completely sideways and open violence breaking out. Violence is not something that any of my friends or family want, but if it is brought upon us, there may come a day when we have no other choice than to defend ourselves by any means necessary. Oh, and for anyone listening to this who does not know me and is therefore tempted to label me a white supremacist or right-wing extremist, this is not about race. White people are not the only ones who will lose everything if South Africa goes to hell. Sure, white people are the primary target of violent political rhetoric right now, but if there comes a day when we are no longer an issue, who do you think will be next on the chopping block? Anyone who does not toe the party line. Because this is not primarily an issue of skin color. It's about power and an ideology which has failed everywhere it has been tried. I'm sorry that I couldn't end this report on a lighter note, folks. But to all my friends in the European Union, while they may have taken your memes, I implore you, do not let the bastards take your freedom. For those of you who care about my content, but are unable to commit to monthly support on Patreon, I invite you to support me via PayPal. Literally any amount would be greatly appreciated. For now, farewell.